Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Okay, great. Today, we're getting pretty tiny, like microscopic. Yeah, we're talking about essential minerals, the ones our bodies can't live without.
Right, right.
You know, you gave us some really interesting material on this, how these tiny elements actually work.
It is fascinating stuff.
Yeah, totally. So I think we all kind of have this general idea that minerals are important, right?
Of course, yeah.
But I don't think most people realize just how important they are.
Well, it's easy to think of minerals as, rocks and geology and all that.
Right, exactly. Like something external.
But the truth is, they're just as crucial inside our bodies.
Yeah. Okay, I'm listening.
I mean, think about it. They're the literal building blocks for everything, from our bones to our blood cells.
Wow. Okay. So without minerals, our bodies just wouldn't function.
Exactly. You can't have one without the other.
That's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. I'm curious, is there a good way to visualize how this all works?
Absolutely. Imagine your body as like a really, really complex machine.
Okay, with like gears and cogs and stuff.
Yeah, but instead of gears and cogs, it's got trillions of cells all working together.
Billions. Wow.
And the minerals, well, they're like the spark plugs, the
Man.
things that keep everything running smoothly.
I love that analogy. It's such a good way to think about it. Okay, so where do we even begin? There are so many different minerals out there, right?
Right.
So which ones are like the VIPs? The real MVPs we need to pay attention to.
Okay, well, let's start with the foundation.
Yeah, foundation. Okay.
Calcium and phosphorus.
The dynamic duo.
Haha, yeah, exactly. They're the cornerstones of, well, our entire skeletal system.
Or bones and teeth.
Exactly. I mean, an average adult body contains about 1 kilogram of calcium.
Wait, 1 kg? Seriously?
Seriously, mainly in our bones and teeth, of course.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's not just about having strong bones, right?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, so what else does calcium do?
Well, for starters, it's vital for muscle contractions. Oh, right.
And blood clotting. Even regulating your heartbeat.
Wow, calcium does a lot.
It really does. It's kind of like a conductor,
Yeah.
coordinating the activities of all the other minerals within the body.
Okay, but I'm guessing focusing on just calcium and phosphorus isn't enough, right?
Got it.
What about other minerals, like for energy and, just overall well-being?
Great question. So let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about iron.
Iron, okay.
The key player in energy production. Iron is crucial for forming hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Remind me what that is again?
It's the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body.
Ah, okay, right. So that means that without enough iron, our cells don't get the oxygen they need.
That's exactly it. And that's why iron deficiency can lead to fatigue and feeling out of breath, too.
That makes total sense. It's like our bodies are running on fumes.
Yep, pretty much. And here's a detail you might find interesting.
Okay, tell me.
Iron is also really important for a healthy complexion. Wait, what? So, like, if I'm feeling tired, my skin looks dull, could that be iron deficiency?
It's possible, but keep in mind that iron deficiency anemia is just one type of anemia.
So I shouldn't self-diagnose.
Right. Exactly. If you're concerned, talk to your doctor. They can run some tests, figure out what's really going on.
Good point. Okay, so iron helps deliver oxygen throughout our bodies.
Right.
But we also need to keep things clean internally, right?
Absolutely.
So that's where sulfur comes in.
You got it. Think of sulfur as like the body's detox crew. Helps remove waste products, keeps everything running smoothly.
Sounds important.
It is. Plus, it helps with healthy skin and hair.
Okay, sulfur is definitely moving up on my list of favorite minerals. So now let's talk about a mineral that I'm particularly interested in, magnesium. It seems like everyone is talking about magnesium these days.
Right. Magnesium is getting a lot of attention, and for good reason. I mean, it's involved in over 300 bodily processes.
Wow, 300. That's amazing.
Muscle relaxation, nerve function, sleep regulation. You could say it's the chill mineral.
The chill mineral. I like that. I've heard it can even help with anxiety and stress. Is that true?
Well, while magnesium does play a role in, relaxation and nerve function, it's not a magic cure-all.
Right. Of course not.
It's important to be a little skeptical of those kinds of claims. But
Yeah.
what's really fascinating about magnesium is how it interacts with other nutrients, particularly calcium.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they have this push and pull relationship.
Push and pull. I'm curious to hear more about that. You also mentioned magnesium impacts mood too, right? How does that actually work at like a cellular level?
So picture it like a seesaw.
Okay, got it. Seesaw.
Calcium helps muscles contract, while magnesium helps them relax.
I see. Okay.
Both are totally essential, but the balance is key.
Balance is key, yeah.
Too much calcium Without enough magnesium can lead to muscle tension,
Right.
anxiety, even affect your sleep.
So it's not just about getting enough of each mineral. It's about making sure they're in the right proportion.
Exactly. That's
So-
such a crucial point.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, we can't talk about minerals without mentioning I guess you could call them the fluid balance trio:
The trio? Interesting.
sodium, potassium, and chlorine.
Right, right.
These three work together to, well, regulate fluid balance in the body
Yeah.
and make sure our nerve impulses are firing correctly.
I like to think of them as the maintenance crew for our body's electrical wiring.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, good one. We hear a lot about the dangers of too much sodium,
Yeah.
but you're saying we need potassium to balance it out?
Exactly. Potassium is like sodium's counterpart.
The yin to its yang.
Haha, yeah. It's essential for heart health, and, it helps counteract the negative effects of too much sodium.
I see. Okay.
And unfortunately, most modern diets are pretty loaded with sodium,
Okay.
and they're lacking in potassium.
Yeah, that's true. You mentioned earlier that processed foods deplete minerals, right? But a lot of people rely on those foods for convenience. I mean, what's a realistic way to balance that?
That is a valid concern. Even if you can't completely eliminate processed foods from your diet,
Right.
just focus on adding more potassium-rich whole foods.
Like what kinds of foods?
Fruits, vegetables, legumes, those can make a big difference.
So far, we've talked about the major players in the mineral world,
Yeah.
but I know there are many more, right? Like a whole bunch more.
You are absolutely right. There are also trace minerals.
Trace minerals? Okay.
We need them in smaller amounts, but they're still super essential for specific functions.
So like specialized units of our body's defense force?
Uh-huh. Love that. Exactly.
Okay, well, let's dive into those then. What are some examples of these trace minerals and what are their superpowers?
All right, let's do it.
Trace minerals. Okay. They sound kind of mysterious. What are some of these specialized units and what do they do?
Okay, well, let's start with iodine.
Okay, iodine.
It plays a crucial role in thyroid function,
Right.
which, of course, regulates your metabolism.
Ah, metabolism, right. The process of converting food into energy.
Exactly. So without enough iodine, your metabolism can, it can slow down.
Making you feel sluggish.
Yeah, exactly, leading to fatigue and weight gain, potentially.
I've heard that iodine's really important during pregnancy too. Is that right?
Absolutely. It's crucial, especially during pregnancy,
For the baby.
for the baby's brain development, yeah. It's one of those minerals you really don't want to be deficient in, especially at that time.
Okay, iodine. Check winner. What about some other trace minerals?
All right, well, another interesting one is zinc.
Zinc, okay.
It's kind of like the handyman of the body,
The handyman.
Yeah, involved in so many things like growth and immunity to wound healing and even taste perception.
Wait, hold on. Taste perception.
Yeah,
Really? You're telling me that zinc impacts how things taste?
absolutely. Zinc is essential for maintaining your taste buds. Without enough of it, food can taste bland or metallic.
I never knew that. Wow, it's amazing how these minerals we barely think about.
Right.
They've such a big impact on our daily lives.
They really, really do. And we can't forget about selenium.
Okay, selenium, what does that one do?
Selenium is a powerful antioxidant, protects your cells from damage.
Yeah, antioxidants, good for you.
Yep. It also plays a role in maintaining healthy hair and nails.
So selenium is like a beauty booster from the inside out.
Uh-huh, you could say that.
I like the sound of that. I'm starting to see how these trace minerals, even though we need them in small amounts, they're just as important as the more abundant minerals, like the ones we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Each mineral has its own, its own unique role to play in keeping our bodies functioning at their best.
That's like an intricate puzzle, right?
Totally.
Where every piece is essential to complete the picture.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Speaking of completing the picture, you mentioned earlier that modern lifestyles can deplete our mineral levels.
Right.
Can you expand on that a little? What are some of the biggest culprits, the things we should watch out for?
Well, stress is a major one.
Stress, yeah.
When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol,
Right.
and that can increase the excretion of certain minerals like magnesium, for example.
Oh, so stress not only makes us feel, drained mentally,
Right.
but it can also deplete our mineral reserves. Talk about a double whammy.
Yeah, it is. It's true. Yeah. And then there's pollution too.
Pollution, right.
We're exposed to heavy metals and other toxins in the environment all the time, and these toxins can actually compete with essential minerals for absorption in our bodies.
That's kind of a scary thought.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we even do to protect ourselves from those environmental factors?
Well, eating a clean diet is really crucial.
Okay, clean diet.
Choosing organic foods whenever possible can really help reduce your exposure to pesticides and herbicides,
Oh, right.
which can contain heavy metals.
Okay, that makes sense. And we can't forget about the processed foods we talked about earlier.
Yep.
I mean, they're not doing us any favors when it comes to mineral balance, right?
Not really, no. Processed foods are often stripped of their natural nutrients during manufacturing, and they tend to be high in sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats,
Right.
all of which further disrupt mineral balance. It's like getting an empty calorie deposit instead of a valuable mineral investment.
Okay, so we've got stress, pollution, processed foods, all working against us. It feels like maintaining optimal mineral levels is a real uphill battle. So what are some things we can do to support our bodies in this mineral quest?
The most important thing is to focus on eating a diverse diet that's rich in whole foods.
Okay, back to the basics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, these are your mineral powerhouses. And variety is key, too.
Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly. Don't just stick to the same spinach salad every day. Explore different colors and flavors, to make sure you're getting a wide range of nutrients.
It's like creating a rainbow on your plate.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love a good rainbow?
Exactly. Different colored fruits and vegetables contain different phytonutrients, too, and these work synergistically with minerals to support overall health.
Oh, cool.
Like red bell peppers, for example, they're packed with vitamin C, which actually enhances iron absorption.
So it's not just about eating our veggies. It's about eating a colorful array of them. That makes meal planning a lot more fun. What about cooking methods? Do those impact mineral content?
They absolutely do, yeah. Some minerals they're pretty sensitive to heat. Steaming or stir-frying are usually better than boiling.
Because of the water.
Yeah, boiling can leach nutrients into the water. So, for instance, if you're cooking broccoli, steaming it will help retain more of its valuable minerals.
Okay, so steaming veggies for the win.
Haha, yeah.
Okay, I've got one more question for you. What about supplements?
Supplements.
Are they ever necessary to kind of bridge the gap? I know there are tons of mineral supplements on the market these days.
Right. Well, a well-balanced diet should provide you with most of the minerals you need.
Ideally, yeah.
But there are definitely situations where supplements might be beneficial.
Okay, like what?
For example, individuals with dietary restrictions
Right.
or certain medical conditions or people who are vegan or vegetarian, they might want to consider supplementation, but
What?
it's always best to consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplements.
Yeah, makes sense. It's always best to get personalized advice. So let's say our listeners, they're on board with all this. They're excited about minerals and they want to learn more.
Okay.
Where would you recommend they go from here?
Well, there are some fantastic resources available online and in libraries.
Online, yeah, okay.
Reputable health organizations like, the World Health Organization or the National Institutes of Health, they have a lot of evidence-based information on dietary recommendations and mineral intake.
Awesome, great resources. And I bet there's some great books out there too.
No, absolutely.
A good book can really dive deep into a subject.
Yeah, a good book on nutrition can give you so much in-depth knowledge, and it can help you understand those nuances of mineral balance and its impact on your well-being.
That's what we like.
You might even discover some fascinating facts that you never knew before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered kind of the essentials,
Mm.
are there any less talked about aspects of minerals that you find particularly interesting?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like something that might really surprise our listener?
Okay, so did you know that the mineral content of food can actually vary?
Very.
Yeah, depending on the soil it's grown in.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
So even if I'm eating the same type of vegetable, the mineral content could be different depending on where it came from.
Exactly. For example, spinach grown in soil that's rich in selenium.
Go.
It's going to have a higher selenium content than spinach that's grown in selenium-depleted soil.
Wow, that's fascinating. It adds a whole new level of complexity to choosing our food. It's not just what we eat, it's where it comes from, too.
Yeah, exactly. It really highlights, the interconnectedness of everything, our food, the soil, the environment, and our health. It's a good reminder that we're all part of this larger ecosystem.
It makes you appreciate the journey that our food takes before it reaches our plates. It's more than just calories.
Right.
It's this complex delivery system for these essential minerals our bodies need.
Well said. And that brings us to a really important point.
Okay.
It's not just about consuming minerals, it's also about how well our bodies actually absorb them and utilize them too.
So you're saying that even if we're eating all the right foods, we might not be getting the full benefit if our bodies aren't absorbing those minerals properly.
Exactly. There are several factors that can affect mineral absorption, including gut health, hydration, even the presence of other nutrients in our food.
So it's like having a bank account full of money,
Uh-huh.
but you can't access it because you don't have the right PI. We need to make sure our bodies can actually use those mineral deposits.
That's a great analogy. And it highlights the importance of, overall health and well-being. When our bodies are functioning optimally, we're much better able to absorb and utilize the nutrients we consume.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. As we wrap things up, what's the one key message you want our listener to walk away with today?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be this. Empower yourself with knowledge about minerals and make conscious choices to nourish your body with a variety of whole foods. It's an investment in your present and future health.
Beautifully said. It's not about obsessing over every milligram or following some, rigid rules.
Right.
It's about making informed choices that support our well-being. And it sounds like enjoying the process of discovering new foods and flavors is a big part of that, too.
It is. It's a journey, not a destination. Start by making, small, sustainable changes to your diet and your lifestyle, and just observe how your body responds.
Listen to your body's whispers, not just its screams,
Yeah,
right?
guys.
Our bodies are constantly giving us feedback. And sometimes those subtle cues they can guide us towards better choices.
And don't hesitate to seek guidance from qualified healthcare professionals, too. They can really help you personalize your approach based on your individual needs and your goals.
Well, fellow knowledge seekers, we've covered a lot of ground today, from calcium's role in muscle function to the fascinating connection between soil health and mineral content. But our exploration doesn't end here.
This deep dive was just a glimpse into this intricate world of minerals. There's always more to discover, more connections to make, and more ways to nourish ourselves from the inside out.
So here's our challenge for you. Take what you've learned today and start paying attention to the minerals in your life. Notice those zinc-rich pumpkin seeds in your trail mix, the magnesium-packed dark chocolate you enjoy, that potassium-rich coconut water you sip after a workout. And most importantly, listen to how your body feels when you nourish it with these essential elements.
It's about cultivating a sense of awareness and appreciation for this incredible symphony of nutrients that keep us alive and vibrant.
We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and empowered you to take charge of your mineral well-being. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep nourishing yourselves.